Hey YouTube, my name is Dave. I'm from Apex-Used-Appliance-Control-Boards.com, and I wanted to do a quick repair video today on GE refrigerator control boards that are no longer being manufactured by the manufacturer, no longer being sold by GE or any of the aftermarket appliance repair houses, and they are very easy to fix. They only take a little bit of soldering knowledge, and I will show you exactly where to look to identify your board as being bad visually, and I'll also show you how to test them electronically so you know exactly if your board needs to be replaced or not. First off, I just want to take a second and show you the kind of board that I'm speaking of in this video. The first thing you want to look for is this style of control board has these long bars on it all over the place. It either comes in green or light tan, almost yellow color. The boards are virtually identical as far as layout, and typically what goes bad on these boards visually is right here. So these capacitors will show up as puffed, domed out on the top. Any of these capacitors will be obvious to you as being puffed out. These resistors right here can be really burned and flaky. It is typical on the tan or yellow boards to have a little bit of board tanning in this area, and that's totally normal. Just that the heat that's caused by these resistors will cause that. That's not causing your board to fail unless they're really burned and flaky, and it'll be obvious if that's the issue. Another thing to look for on all these GE refrigerator control boards is this fuse right here. If there was a massive surge of electricity through your power grid, it may blow that fuse. They're not really replaceable, and replacing those, I found that 99% of them, once you replace that fuse, the board doesn't work anyway. So at that point, I just pretty much throw those boards away at that point. After many months of looking for the solution on these boards, what we came up with is replacing all these caps. And you can buy a kit on eBay, and they'll send you a kit with all these caps, and most of the time they don't all need to be replaced to fix this board. The main problem with this particular style board is right here. It's this one, and what it is it will cause the board voltage to jump from 3 to 8 to 12 to 3 to 8, 12, 6, 5, totally random. And what that will do is it'll cause your display board not to light up, so you won't have any control over your temperatures. And I'm going to show you what that looks like on the bench right now. Okay, here we are on the bench, and I have this control board hooked up to power, and where I'm measuring it is from J4 on the control board, and that's the wiring going up to your controls, and you should have a constant 13 volts to illuminate your controls. If you don't have that, if you have this going on, it may be blinking HRS on the display very fast, really small numbers HRS, but this is how you test this. The red and blue wires coming out of this spot right here, J4, from your control board, and again, that's going up to your digital display. So we want to have a constant 13.6, and this one's nowhere near that. I'm going to take this over to the soldering station and show you exactly how to repair this. Alright, yeah, come over to your soldering station, and then the one we're looking to replace is right here, C5, and you just desolder that from the back of the board, and then put in 25 volt 22 UF replacement capacitor, and that should get our voltage back up and running. So I'll go ahead and do that now. Okay, so I flipped the board over and I'm looking at the back side of it, and if you look right here at R10, I put a couple little black dots down here just to show you exactly which soldering points to take out your solder sucker and replace this capacitor. Okay, here we are. We put the 25 volt 22 UF capacitor through the hole. These are the legs for it here. And on this side, just be aware that this capacitor, all capacitors have a plus and minus side, and it shows on the board. There's a little tiny plus right here on the board, so you can't put this in wrong, but just pay attention to the polarity. And then basically this is just waiting for solder, and we'll get it sorted up and go check it back again on the bench. Okay, we're back on the bench and got it plugged in. We got power going to it. And you'll see right away, it went right up to 13.5 volts, sat right down. That's perfect. So all we did was change C5. That was the one that was causing this whole board to bleed down. And then if you look up here on the display is back up, and you may not be able to see it on your video screens, but trust me, the digital display is back now on the board. So the only thing left for me to do is to put this in compressor mode and in defrost and finish checking the board. But if your fridge is doing the same thing, replace C5 and get that voltage back, and you'll probably be back in business. Thank you so much for watching.